Now we're going to discuss the difference quotient. Here's the difference quotient. F of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Now that looks kind of intimidating, and the problem with this is usually students get bogged down in the algebra of it. It's going to be really important to get really comfortable simplifying these because you're going to see it again in calculus many times. So let's get started with some examples. Okay. So let's try f of x equals 5x plus 8. We're going to find the difference quotient. F of x plus h minus f of x all over h. To make this a little easier, let's just try one piece at a time. Let's just deal with the f of x plus h. So f of x plus h. How do we find that? Let's look at f of x. Everywhere you see an x, replace it. It's not an x, but an x plus h. Okay? So it looks basically the same. The only difference is instead of this x by the 5, we have an x plus h. Don't forget your parentheses, because when we simplify, we're going to need to distribute the 5 to the x and the h. So we get 5x plus 5h plus 8. Alright, moving right along. We found f of x plus h. Now what's the next thing we do if we work, say, left to right on the top? F of x plus h minus f of x. Okay? So I'm just going to copy back down f of x plus h. Now, what is f of x? F of x is exactly what they gave us at the top. Literally, f of x is 5x plus 8. So we want to subtract f of x. Don't forget your parenthesis. It's very, very important. If you don't put a parenthesis, you're not going to remember. This negative must be distributed. And you're going to keep a positive 8 here where it should be a negative. So now, let's distribute the negative. We get a negative 5x and a negative 8. So let's bring this f of x plus h back and simplify. Okay, 5x minus 5x, that's going to go away. 8 and the negative 8 will go away. So all we're left with is a 5h. So f of x plus h minus f of x is just 5h. So now what was the entire difference quotient? It was f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So we know the entire top now. We found that f of x plus h minus f of x was 5h. From this, we put it over h. The h's cancel. And we're left with 5. It's a lot of work just to get a 5, isn't it? Here's another example. F of x equals x squared plus 3, and we're going to find the difference quotient. So here the algebra is already going to get a little bit trickier. So let's just start with the f of x plus h. To find that, you take this x and we replace it with x plus h. So instead of x squared plus 3, we have x plus h squared plus 3. Simplify. Very, very careful here. It's very tempting to say that this is x squared plus h squared. It is not. X plus h squared is x plus h times x plus h. We need to FOIL this. First terms, so x times x is x squared. Outside terms, we get an xh. The inner terms, we get another xh. And then the latter terms, you get an h squared. First, outer, inner, last. And then, of course, this plus 3 is still there. So you get x squared. We have two of these x h terms, the h squared, and then the plus 3. Alright, now that we know our f of x plus h, the next step is to subtract f of x. What was f of x? It was x squared plus 3. Is that how I write it? Never, ever, ever forget the parenthesis. It's a terrible mistake. So x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 3. Distribute the negative. Get negative x squared minus 3. Bring down the rest of this f of x plus h. Okay. That plus sign sort of looks like a T, but it's not. Let's cancel out what will. We have plus an x squared and minus an x squared. They'll go away. Plus a 3, minus a 3. So finally, we have f of x plus h minus f of x is only equal to 2xh, that's a plus, not a t, h squared. So we're almost done. Remember, the last step is all of this goes over h. So let's see if we can simplify this. Notice that we have an h in the top in both terms. Let's factor out an h. From the first term, it'll leave me with a 2x. From the second term, since I had an h squared, you take an h away, you're left with 1. All over h. These h's cancel. And our final answer is 2x plus h. The difference quotient of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h is 2x plus h.